Lila and I moved into our dream neighborhood shortly after our wedding. It was a charming cul-de-sac filled with friendly faces, barbecues, and late-night chats over fences. Our next-door neighbors, Mark and Elena, quickly became close friends. Mark was outgoing and boisterous, while Elena had a quiet grace that complemented him perfectly. We often joked that our bond was like a sitcom friendship, complete with spontaneous dinner parties and shared laughter. A year into our move, Lila started working from home while I continued my daily commute. She often mentioned how Elena would drop by during the day for coffee or a quick chat. I thought nothing of it. Their budding friendship seemed harmless, even endearing. But then, subtle changes began to creep into our lives. Lila became more distant, her laughter less frequent. She seemed preoccupied, always on her phone, and often distracted during our conversations. One evening, as we were sitting down for dinner, her phone buzzed. She glanced at it, her expression unreadable, and quickly turned it face down on the table. "Work," she muttered when I asked, but my instincts told me there was more to it than that. A few weeks later, Mark approached me during a neighborhood barbecue. His face was serious, his usual jovial demeanor replaced by an air of concern. "I need to talk to you," he said, pulling me aside. He hesitated before blurting out, "I think something's going on between Lila and Elena." The words hit me like a freight train. I laughed nervously, assuming he was joking, but his expression remained grim. "I've noticed things," he continued. "The way they look at each other, how they seem to have their own little world. I didn't want to believe it either, but it's been eating at me." I confronted Lila that night. At first, she denied everything, accusing me of mistrust and paranoia. But when I mentioned Mark's observations, her defenses crumbled. She admitted to an emotional affair with Elena, insisting it had never crossed into physical territory. Her explanation did little to ease my pain. The betrayal wasn't just about infidelity, it was the loss of trust and the secret world she had built with someone else. Elena moved out of the neighborhood shortly after the revelation. Mark and I tried to salvage our friendship, but the situation left too many scars. As for Lila and me, we sought therapy to address the fractures in our relationship. It was a long and difficult journey, but in time, we found a way to rebuild. The experience taught us both the importance of transparency and the dangers of emotional intimacy outside our marriage.